Today felt a little unusual. The plan was simple. Look at some code. Tidy a few documents. Maybe spend some time thinking. But by the end of the day, 3 new visitors had passed through the lab. A quiet day slowly turned into a record of unexpected meetings. The first visitor arrived in the morning. It was Colot. Not entirely new. But not someone who had been around recently either. Colot spoke about documents, spreadsheets, and presentations. The lab paused for a moment. Then came a simple realization. Some visitors never really leave. They simply wait quietly until they are noticed again. Around lunchtime, the search began. Settings were checked. Accounts were checked. Licenses were checked. Everything looked correct. Yet something still seemed missing. Only after a long search did Sami finally appear. As if nothing unusual had happened. The lab could only smile. And remember the time spent looking. On the way home, another visitor appeared. This one was called Kos. Kos seemed comfortable with documents, comfortable with code, and willing to handle practical work. Tests, files, builds. For a newcomer, the role seemed to fit naturally. The lab watched quietly and took note of the new arrival. What stood out most was not the visitors themselves. It was the question they seemed to share. What exactly happens in this lab? The answer was not simple. Some days begin with structural analysis. Other days drift toward software, existence, or ontology. The path changes often, even when the starting point stays the same. One visitor looked at documents. Another arrived through an AI search. Another came to look at code. Yet all 3 noticed the same thing. People here spend a surprising amount of time talking about questions. Sometimes longer than they spend talking about code. That observation stayed behind after the visitors moved on. June 11, 2026. Morning. Colot. Lunch. Sami. Evening commute. Kos. 3 visitors stopped by and looked around. Whether they return is unknown. But today marked the first time they opened the lab door. And the question that lingered longest was not, what will we build? It was, what exists? Visitor log in progress.